Alright, so this is the cut. It's a mid-bald fade. So you want to start off by brushing the hair down, making sure everything's nice and clean. You always want to have a clean canvas. So you want to start off by creating that bald guideline to start off. With this specific fade, I didn't just create a straight line around the whole head. I was contouring it towards the head, and you want to just make sure everything's nice and bald, clean canvas. Like I always say, keeping everything nice and clean, making sure you get all the hairs. So next, flicking out and not pressing on the skin too hard. You just want to flick out and bald everything out with your shaver. And then I'm using the Wall 5-star shaver at the moment. And as you can see, I go up, but when you see me going towards like closer to the line, I go down because that's how you erase the lines. When you create a line with the balder, because that's like it's another transition. All right, so after I bald it out, I always come back with my trimmer just to get that little line that you make sometimes. So right now I'm using my Andis Slimline Pro Li, and it's cordless. Just getting that line out. Okay, so we're gonna start by spraying some Cool Care. We're gonna open the lever, and we're gonna do a guideline about an inch above the guideline we just did. So there's gonna be two guidelines now, and I'm using my Wall cordless magic clip. And what you do to one side, you do to the other side. And yes, we are going about an inch up to extend the blend. And then I'll let you guys know what I mean by extending the blend, extending the blend right now. All right, so now we have the lever closed, and we're using the corners. This is what I mean by using the corners. So you're gonna open, just use your corners. Open and close the lever until you erase the first guideline. Right now I have it closed, and I slowly open it little by little, flicking out, and only using my corners, as you can see. Okay, now using my number one guard, I'm flicking out. I have the lever open, and I'm flicking out. I don't want to dig into the hair too much. You're just flicking out, and then I'm going to slowly close it, making sure your canvas is always clean, brushing the hair. And slowly closing the lever little by little. Okay, so right now we have the 1.5 open, and I always start off open and I'm flicking out. I'm not going directly into the hair because I don't want to create another line. So you can see me flicking out, open and closing the lever until I start erasing that guideline. Alright, so now I come back with the one guard and I'm opening and closing the lever. And this is just basically like the touch-up part. Just opening and closing, touching up the fade. Okay, so the client had talked to me about getting this design before. So here I am. You'll just remember when you're doing the design, you're not in a hurry. Always brush the hair, make sure your canvas is clean. And you're doing the design slow. Don't rush it, because the last thing you need is a messed up design. And just remember, when you're doing the design, you want to use the corners as much as possible. You don't really want to use the full blade. Okay, so now we're starting the right side. What you do to one side, you do to the other side. So basically, try to duplicate the left side to the right side. I'm just gonna let you guys watch, and I'll talk a little bit more right now. Okay, so I'm doing the hooks on this side, and then touching up everything, just making sure everything's as it is. I'm gonna start the back now, and when you're doing the back, you just want to make sure you're not digging into the skin too much, into the hair, because you will create more unnecessary guidelines that you don't want to do. So always flick up, and you're opening and closing it, opening and closing it.
But you can't really tell on black music because like under it's like still curly, really curly, nappy, you know, and then like the curls are like.
Okay, so now we're going to be doing his lineup. We're going to put some clips into his hair to hold the hair up on top, and then I'm going to comb his hair down. I'm going to spray a little bit of hairspray just to keep the hairs intact, keep them like nice and moldy. There you go. I don't want the hairs moving when I'm lining up. Alright, I have my Andis Slimline Pro Li, and then just keep the lineup natural. Don't dig into the hair too much. The client will appreciate it. Okay, I didn't film this part, but I did put a little bit of shaving gel just to loosen up the skin and open up the pores to make it easier for me and a more comfortable shave for the client. As you can see, I am pulling up the skin, making it easier for the both of us. You can see I'm not, and you gotta angle the blade like at a 90-degree angle. You don't want to dig into the skin too much. Once you get the hang of it, it's easy. Here's the finished cut. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know any future cuts you guys want me to do. I can do whatever, any machines you guys need me to use.